Good evening. This is Leon Williams. As you know, I am a candidate for state representative of the 192nd District. I want to start by thanking all of our supporters who have given money and time to this campaign. I ran for office because I am tired of the corruption in politics. And I think that this district deserves an honest elected officials who will fight for the people. And as everybody know, I am committed to an elected school board in Philadelphia, the only school district in the state out of 500 who still has a school board that's appointed by outsiders in Harrisburg. We gained about 890 signatures in this petition drive. And you have been at the core of that effort. We walked in the snow, knocked on doors, we stood in cold supermarket lots, and we were successful. We gained at least 500 more signatures than required. The filing deadline, the first deadline, was January the 25th at 5 o'clock. It stopped snowing on January the 24th. On January the 25th, I was in Harrisburg at 8:15 a.m., ready to file these petitions. To my surprise, about 15 minutes before I got there, the governor had issued an executive order shutting down the state government and not saying when the state government would be opened again. I took a chance. I checked into a hotel hoping that the next day, the 26th, I could file these petitions. The next day, the governor issued another executive order shutting down the government in a situation where clearly there was no emergency. Traffic was moving well in Harrisburg. Pedestrians were moving about. I couldn't figure out what was going on. However, the executive order extended till the 27th of January at 5 o'clock p.m. I had to leave Harrisburg before that day, and I mailed, by overnight mail, my petitions to the Department of State in Harrisburg, where you file. The next day was the deadline, the 27th of January at 5 o'clock p.m. I got a call from the state at 9:46 a.m. that morning, acknowledging they had received my petitions. Never saying one word about any kind of defect being in the petitions. Sometimes there are defects. Sometimes there are minor errors that can be corrected. And that's why we got to Harrisburg early in the snow to give us a jump on that if that became a problem. At 5:18 p.m., 18 minutes after the deadline passed, and before we had a chance to make any type of amendments, Harrisburg called me up and said there were two problems with the petitions. These were technical problems. We had a committee to fill vacancies, which all petitions, third-party petitions, independents have to have in case the candidate dies or withdraws from the race. The form did not say how many people to put on that committee. So we put two people's names on the committee. Harrisburg told me 18 minutes after the deadline passed that it should have been three. Harrisburg also said that we had too many words in our party name. The Leon Williams Education Party is the name. They said it should only be 3 words rather than 4. We asked for a chance to amend, but the deadline had passed. So we filed suit in Commonwealth Court to ask the judge to allow us to amend. That case will be coming up on February the 5th, Friday coming up. And that will be at the courtroom 3001 at the Pennsylvania Judicial Center in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania at 10 o'clock a.m. I want to ensure all our supporters that we have a strong case here, that there was nothing in these petitions to say we needed 3 people on this vacancy committee instead of 2. There was nothing on these petitions that say that we needed 3 words in our party name instead of 4. We see this as a bunch of politics, that Bob Brady and the Democratic Party wants to control again who your legislator is going to be. We're not going to let that happen. So we're asking that you come out, come to Harrisburg if you can, and support us. Again, that's going to be Friday, February the 5th, courtroom 3001, the Pennsylvania Judicial Center, Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, 17120. Thank you.